And now we look at interview stories. These are of course personal stories and can be so powerful. Now if you're asked a question like, tell me about a time when you handled a difficult customer, you can do wonders with it if you could really narrate a great story. Let's look at an example where you told it in a story format and when you didn't. Hopefully when you hear both of those examples, you will see the difference.
2 years ago, we had a very demanding customer. He was really aggressive. We tried our best to keep him informed, but no matter what we did, he still would say we didn't communicate enough. There were escalations, we were stressed, he kept us on our toes all the time.
What if you told them the story like this?
2 years ago, I had a very challenging client. He was the relationship manager on our account. I set up a one-to-one call with him to seek his feedback, understand his expectations, and business challenges. But before the call, I wanted to do some homework in order to connect better with him. So I researched on social media his LinkedIn profile, and I found out he had written a book. And then I looked at his Facebook profile and Instagram and noticed that he played soccer in college. So I used these 2 points to bond with him when we spoke on the phone. On our call, this helped us to really connect and get him to open up. Based on his feedback, I created a worksheet which would give a daily update of the project status. He really appreciated that. And gradually, with time, our relationship grew and he was happier. I learned how to deal with a difficult customer.
And now which one is more memorable and why? The first one was very generic and hence a little boring. The second story had so much more detail. Now detail is what adds flavors to a story and it helps in visualization. So what you create is a very rich narrative, as well as the fact that the interviewer tends to see that you have the right skills when you get detailed in your execution. In the second example, there are many more I statements. Vis-a-vis in the first, everything is narrated as we. Now when I'm listening to you and you're going to be saying we, after a while I'm going to lose interest because I wouldn't feel I'm talking to somebody who has someone original to say. So using appropriate number of I statements when you're telling a story is very critical. Remember, this is an interview, so the story you tell has to be positive. In the second version, the character of the customer is built out. The listener can visualize the person and hence it is more memorable for her. In the first version, it is too short and dry.